this was actually really fun to do. I selected 3 crystals to represent which pile of cards we would work with, but actually I ended up doing a little bit of dowsing for each one of these 3 people that were asking to come through and deliver a message to whoever gets this. So before we get into the reading or what information came through, I want you to just look at each one of the images of the crystals on the screen right now and tune in and ask which one of those is correct for you. You can pause the video if you want to spend a few moments doing that. And just remember, some of the stuff in here is really, really specific, so evidently it's not going to be for everyone. Just take the bits that feel true and leave the rest. So pile number 1, crystal number 1, the rose quartz. First of all, I got a sense of a place by the water, some sort of body of water. It did later on feel like it was more like a lake or some kind of summertime cabin. It was very summertime vibes, and I literally heard the words fresh pressed juice. So maybe you used to do this in the summertime with this person, this beloved who's passed on now, and you would go to some lakes together or to the seaside of some kind. And I got the voice, the same voice was telling me that they love to watch you sing. So maybe when you were younger, you used to sing for them. Maybe you're a singer. Maybe that's one of your talents and abilities. Or you don't have to be a singer. Maybe you just enjoyed doing that. This person also wanted to give a message about flowers having some kind of significance. They did feel rather feminine. There was an energy of perhaps it being a grandmother or something like that. But yes, there was a very, very much a sense of a wooden kind of house outside, really warm air. It felt really nice to be together. Yeah, so these are the messages that I got from dowsing. Let's see what the cards want to say. If they want to give any more, I'm sure they do. They do love to speak from the other side. They're asking you to dance. Did you dance together with them? Or did you sometimes perform for them, dance and sing like we used to do when we were kids? They're recommending that you do a little bit more of this now. They're saying that maybe you have forgotten that you are a god or a goddess. You can actually connect also to the gods or the goddesses through dancing. They're asking me to let you know that you're welcome and invited to let go of all family and contractual agreements. Any ideas or decisions that you might have made or feelings that you might have had. Guilt, I'm getting. There might have been some guilt around related to them somehow. They're saying that you need to get to nature more often. Maybe that's why they're showing also the water and the lakes. Perhaps this is a specific kind of location that feels good for you. I mean, who doesn't it feel good for? It'd have to be a robot of some kind. What else do they want to let you know? They want you to completely shut the loop on something you might have been thinking about or vacillating between whether or not you should or shouldn't end something that seems to be occupying some of your mental state. They're saying close the loop, close the door fully on this, whatever that is that you've been thinking about. And why is because that person that you're considering closing the door fully on is actually a bit of an energy vampire. I'm even getting the word narcissist, and the next card that came out is betrayal. So, eek, this person could have betrayed you and you're still keeping the door open and letting them stick around and take some of your energy when, why, my darling, you are a god or a goddess. Okay. Would you rather be right or would you rather be free? So maybe you're in some sort of battle with someone right now, could even be legal. And this ancestor or this loved one is letting you know that being free. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question to ask, isn't it? You can answer it yourself. Spending too much time on social media, maybe you're spending too much time on their profile, maybe you're tracking them and that's just not good for your mental health. Or they could be watching you and then projecting things at you. Take it how it resonates. You are an inspiration and they don't know what they're going to do without you. You might even feel bad about letting them go because they've been around for a while. And some part of them knows that once they don't have you, things are going to really change when it comes to the amount of energy that they have available to them, because you've made it impossible for certain types of darkness to enter into their field. You provided a kind of protection to them. Surprise, surprise, being a chosen one. Unfortunately, that has delayed your process in ascending to a certain level by keeping this door open. And it may be hard to end this or to completely close the loop and say goodbye and say your gratitudes and do the honoring thing for yourself. However, as this card says, this chaos will be a rebirth. And you'll be able to start getting more clear, more direct downloads for the things that you want to connect to, that you want to have answers to, that you've been wanting to create, that you've just been sitting on perhaps. And that actually this relationship, though it's done what it needed to do, the divine is now redirecting you into a better situation. You need to make that leap. You need to trust in that. And I'll take this as the last card. This ancestor is also letting you know, or this loved one is saying, you need to choose for you. What would it take for you to choose for you? Okay. Oh, thank you so much. We're truly grateful. That was lovely. If you picked the Amethyst, then let's tap in. This energy was very talkative. I felt it was maybe masculine, and they said that you used to nerd out together. I saw a scene of you sort of sneaking into the kitchen at nighttime and making hot drinks together, maybe like cacao or chocolate or something, and you'd watch TV together, like some sort of series that you'd watch together while everybody else had gone to bed. It was like your time together. There was a focus on fire in some way. Maybe this person was a fire sign or a fireman. There was even a little bit of information that came around this person maybe have died in a fire. I'm sorry if that's true for you. This person seemed quite jovial and a lot to say, actually, and they were very adamant in letting you know that you need to trust in the way that God is showing you. Those were the exact words. And that you already know, that you know, if that makes sense. You need to stop overthinking. Apparently they're watching you overthink a topic that's on your mind right now. And you need to act pretty soon because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And they went on to say, heaps of your family have become martyrs, and for what? That felt quite heavy. And I heard this word chickadee. I don't know if maybe that was like a nickname for you or someone or a pet or something in the family, or I'm not quite sure, but I just heard that and I felt quite a comforting sort of sense to it. And I did see a poodle. Obviously, these are all very, very specific. If it's not true for you, then, just let it go. And then the last part of that aspect of the channeling was, I heard Martin or Martina was a chef. So maybe that fire has something to do with a chef. Maybe y'all used to have barbecues. Maybe you used to connect in the kitchen, making things together, or food was a big part of your connection. Anyways, these are all the things that they told me. And the last part was go with God in all you do. So maybe this person that you know was quite religious or has strong faith. Let's see what the cards say. Who is this beloved and what would they like to share with the listener? Called to be of service to humanity. Have you been feeling that? Because they're saying if you have been feeling that, then this is your confirmation. They can see the path ahead and they can see that that's definitely something that you would be amazing at. Next card is get excited. Yes, get excited. Okay. So does this excite you, the idea of being able to contribute in some way that helps and heals or creates a shift or a change? I am the chosen. So they want you to claim and own and acknowledge that you have been selected by God to bring forward some beautiful things into the world, even if that is to just live your life with greater courage and clarity and joy and all of the things. Be an invitation to that to the world. Bigger level, bigger devil. And then right after that, we have cultivate psychic abilities. So seems like you're about to get a level up. You might be, once you claim your capacity as a chosen one, you're going to be called to service. And that also means that your sensitivities are going to likely go up or get switched on or activated, which means, then we have to adjust our tools for seeing the other stuff that's out there as well, right? The denser stuff that would keep us, that has been trying to keep us. And not to forget, this is perfect, bigger level, bigger devil, but God hired me. Who's going to fire me? Yes, exactly. If you work for Source, and it's interesting that your beloved said go with God and trust the way that you're being shown. Maybe you're going to be a chef. Maybe you're going to make the most beautiful, amazing snacky snacks that are going to nourish us on multiple levels. The best is yet to come. So they're showing me that you've felt a little bit weary. Your soul has been exhausted, and I feel you. I feel you, darling. Yes, there is that sensation though. Don't you have that? The best is yet to come, isn't it? And here we've got soul family. So you might have some new people, new community coming in who are going to better match who you are. It's hard as someone who's sort of different and sensitive and on a mission and going through all these initiation type experiences in the world to not feel alone. It's pretty much impossible not to. However, we do know that there is soul family out there. Once we sort of get through enough of these trials, let's call them that, challenges, then we start to come into contact with them and we can really support each other through our emergence. You're ending a big cycle. You might be starting a new job, job. You probably don't want to work in a regular job, I'm guessing. So you may be considering how else to start your own business. And if you are, your beloved is letting you know that you're going to have all sorts of support up here, they're saying. They're pointing to like the big guy, big creator, in the words that I'm getting. Very, very sweet ancestor or friend or whoever it was to you. Let's see what else is there that they'd like to. I feel like this person would just chew my ear off if I let them speak through. You might even start to have some dreams about them, or music might come on the radio. Clear seeing, they're asking you to really look at the situation with clarity. It's okay. If I really feel like you're going to be okay, you're getting called into God's work now. Yeah. No more being drained of your precious life force. It's time, or it's going to soon be time, to celebrate your achievements. You've really overcome so much, they're saying. You've done so much to transmute the pain. Seems like there might be still some left in your body there, but that the more you get excited and the more you move towards what does light you up and make you feel like you're in, like you're on, like you're doing God's work, you're going to transmute that 10x. Fabulous. And we've got 2 to 4 months. That's very specific. Let's take that how it resonates as well. That's not long at all, my darling. 2 to 4 months, called to be of service. God hired you. Ain't nobody gonna fire you. That's pretty rad. Soul family coming in. The best years of your life yet to come. I love it. We give thanks to whoever came forward to speak to you from the other side. And for the third, the double quartz. This person was funny. I got something about a cop. I didn't really get if they were a cop. I don't think so. I think it was maybe a joke that you guys had, or maybe they had a run-in with the cops. They did seem like a little bit different than usual people, like as in they didn't really live like other people lived. Bit on the outskirts, you know. They might have smoked weed. I saw like you giving fist bumps with them. Maybe that was a thing that you used to do when you met up. This person was very good at speaking in accents, or at least maybe they thought so, but it would get a laugh anyways. Yeah, they laughed a lot, but the thing about them was they actually had a decent amount of pain. And even I got that they took painkillers. You might not have even known that because a lot of people do that just in private. Their vision wasn't very good either. Something about them not being able to see so well. They had a favorite red hat. Again, this is super specific, obviously. The mentality was somewhat of the jester, you know, playful, joker, kind of trickster vibe, often say the truth in a joke or push too much through jokes. And the main thing that this person said was, I meant to tell you that you, my dear, need to laugh more. But it came out like a British accent, or like a pretty bad one. Like, you, my dear, need to laugh more. Like, it was really kind of funny like that. Why so serious? Like the Joker. They wanted to know what happened to your play. The play in you was the words that I heard. Did you grow up? Sort of tongue-in-cheek. And then I saw a flash of Peter Pan. Maybe you watched that movie when you were younger. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it was part of the programming. God knows that's full of programming, those movies. But Peter Pan and the lightness, there's something to do with that. So let's see what they have to say. I got that they were also quite slim as well. Merging light with darkness. So you might have been working on this recently. And they're saying that this has actually brought you to a crossroads in life, doing this because you've actually become more aware of things, and I'm getting more aware of things in the family. Maybe this more aware of things in the family. Okay. Next card is sun gazing. So that's interesting that it's speaking to merging light with darkness. So maybe you actually need more light. Hence what happened to your play. Are you staying inside too much? Are you sitting down too much? Are you not looking up very much? Maybe that sounds ridiculous, but you know, sometimes we don't go wandering and wondering. So if you are at a crossroads in life, they're saying, go out, look up at the sun, go play. Okay, so you might have just ended a relationship, or you might have just ended something, some sort of soul contract that you had with somebody. It was also taking your energy, not just taking, but harvesting. Somebody was using your energy for themselves, and now you're replenishing yourself. Seems to be the story with a lot of us. Pretending not to know or denying that you know. Ooh, so this might have been, or you might still be coming to terms with who this person was that was utilizing you as some kind of human battery. Do not let the devil into your head. So you might have convinced yourself not to know who this person is and what they did. So this denial could be keeping you at your crossroads instead of fully merging all the light and the shadow and finding that equilibrium. So they're trying to let you know that it's, okay, they're saying frenemy alert. So this soul contract could have been with a friend, someone who appears like they're your friend, they smile at you, but they got the evil eye on you, and that this is blocking your creativity. How's the sun going to come through? How are you going to speak to your experience of merging light with shadow if you don't end this contract and see this person for who they are, is the message that I'm getting. No weapons formed against me may prosper. So you might be worried that if you stop being friends with them, or if you confront them, or if you say your truth, that they may do some public shaming type thing or something of the sort. You just might be worried about, maybe you hate confrontation, and your beloved is telling you that this is coming from another time and space. This is like a more ancient reference of where you might have been kicked out of like the whole city and, misunderstood or told that you were wrong. And so the energy on your power to express and speak has been reversed. So this might be why you're hesitating to speak to what is with this person, this frenemy. Just remember, nothing can really, I want to say, fuck with you. No weapons, if you really know that, no weapons formed against me may prosper. Like, affirm that, write that down in the comments. We got dark influences. Then you'll be more courageous to off with its head, to chop it off, or to end it, to fade it out. And you don't have to give everybody an explanation. You can simply recognize it for what it is, Heavy attacks. Okay, I'm seeing you actually having troubles with your sleep, maybe. You're thinking too much before you're going to sleep. Ask questions. If you really want to know, the truth, and you want to be free from whatever's been bothering you, you're going to have to ask your source, ask your guardians, ask God. Because if you keep on letting these devils in, these thoughts, you're going to be further away from Peter Pan vibes than ever. The seriousness continues because the dark influences, the devils, the blocking of the creativity, whatever this is, these projections that's coming through because you just don't want to close this soul contract off. It's going to continue to feel like it's really weighing heavy on you, and you're going to be stuck at that turning point and not just, not quite get to the next bit. And that doesn't feel good, does it? So go out and get more sun. Let the sun recharge you. Let it fill you up. The sun, the Son of God. Might have just been the sun. Ask questions. Go to the sun and ask questions. Ask it to clear out any dark influences. Where these influences are attacking or blocking your creativity. Affirm to yourself that no weapons formed against you may prosper, or you or your family. And wherever the energies have been reversed upon you, wherever you allowed this to happen, reverse them back, baby. People got to get what they've put out, and you get to be free. Oof, yeah. So we thank your beloved for coming through and having a chat with us. I hope these were helpful. See you in the next one.